social distance factor. But pretty nice. Feeling pretty good about himself and his team and his quarterback, Deshaun Watson. His first Thanksgiving Day game, and he's been looking real comfortable as of late. Texans trailing by 1, finds Duke Johnson sideline touchdown. 20-14 now. Early in the fourth, 1st and 15. Texans up 26-17. Watson hooking up with Will Fuller. He had 171 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns. The Texans up 34-17 after a 2-point convert, and they just kept on coming. 1st and 10 in the fourth here. Johnson getting the handoff, runs a right back, pitches to Watson, and there's Fuller. Yeah. Nobody near him. Squeaks in for that second touchdown. No one covering Fuller on the trick play. For next-gen stats, Fuller has 18.75 yards of separation to the closest defense. Somebody's got to get near him. Here's Watson on the trickery.
When I called the play, Duke looked at me and was like, hey, if we got pressure, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to pitch it back. So that's why he kind of carried the ball a little bit longer than what he's supposed to. And when he kept it, I just called him. I was like, hey, Duke. I was yelling his name. And he just turned around and threw it back to me. And I grabbed it, and I seen Will naked. So I got it to Will, and that's how it really happened. So he was really keeping it because that was the plan. If pressure, keep it. But I called his name, and he trusted me and pitched it back, and I just grabbed it and launched it.
Duke made the right call there. The Texans winning 41-25. Detroit now 4-16 on Thanksgiving since 2001. Deshaun Watson, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns. He now has 7 career games with at least 4 passing touchdowns. That's tops in Texans team history. It's also the 3rd most by any player in their first 4 seasons in NFL history. And like I was mentioning, he's been really nice as of late. He's recorded 15 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions over his last 6.
Lamar Jackson has tested positive for the coronavirus. The reigning NFL MVP is among the 4 latest Baltimore players and 1 staff member to test positive Thursday, according to Adam Schefter. A source says the Ravens believe Jackson was infected Sunday at M&T Bank Stadium, where the Ravens lost to the Titans. More now from ESPN Ravens reporter Jamison Hensley.
Lamar Jackson is now among a dozen Ravens players who have tested positive for COVID-19 this week. This calls into question whether Sunday's game against the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers will get postponed a second time. Ravens coach John Harbaugh told his players not to expect to report back to the Ravens facility until Monday at the earliest in the interest of safety. Baltimore has had positive tests for 5 straight days, and I've been told they believe Jackson was infected Sunday when Baltimore lost to the Tennessee Titans in overtime. Jackson's game day locker is right next to running backs J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram, both of whom tested positive on Sunday night. Jackson also took snaps from center Patrick McCarry, who tested positive on Wednesday. Now, Jackson will officially go on the reserve COVID list on Friday and will have to quarantine for at least 10 days. That means Jackson will not only have to miss Sunday's game against Pittsburgh, but next Thursday's game against the Dallas Cowboys as well. It will be up to Robert Griffin III to turn around a Ravens team that has lost 3 of its past 4 games.
All right, speaking of RG3, he tweeted this late Thursday, praying for my brother Lamar Jackson and every player, staff member, and their families dealing with COVID-19. Ensuring the safety of the entire organization is important. Handling this outbreak within the team is bigger than football. All right, so the Ravens outbreak started on Sunday after that game against the Titans. J.K. Dobbins, Mark Ingram tested positive, which closed the team facilities. Then Wednesday, they added 3 more players to the reserved COVID list, including Calais Campbell. And their game against the Steelers was postponed until Sunday afternoon. And they also disciplined a staff member for conduct related to COVID-19 cases. And then Thursday, 4 more players tested positive, including Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think the best thing about the quarterback position these days is that there's really good quarterback play everywhere. There's young guys. We need more. And then there's still the veteran guys.
All day, just like that.
There's a wide spectrum lend to a lot of competitive football.
When we hit this field, we do what we do. We dominate. How about those teams?
Great throw by Brady. A 4-touchdown day for number 12.
That's a record. Is it? 43? Oh, yeah.
All right, let's hit the weekly walkthrough. Huge matchup with the Chiefs and Bucs on Sunday. It'll be strength versus strength between Patrick Mahomes, the NFL's total QBR leader, and the Bucs, who rank 3rd in defensive efficiency. It's an especially interesting chess match between Mahomes and Tampa's blitz. Mahomes has been nearly flawless this season when defense sends an extra pass rusher. His 98 QBR against the blitz is the second highest by anyone through 10 games in the last 15 seasons, behind only RG3's rookie year in 2012. Mahomes has a perfect 10 touchdowns and 0 picks in these situations. This is why defenses have only blitzed him 20% of the time, the third lowest rate in the league. So it'll be an interesting strategy to see what Tampa employs. Only the Steelers send extra pass rushers more often than the Bucs this season. Tampa has allowed the 6th lowest QBR when blitzing and has 7 interceptions in those situations, tied with Pittsburgh for the most in the league. There's also another wrinkle to look out for with Mahomes. He carves up defenses when they blitz a defensive back. He has the highest QBR in those situations while averaging a staggering 10 yards per attempt. Here is Mahomes on facing Todd Bowles and that Bucs defense.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have a lot of great players. I think that's the biggest thing. And they do a lot of different stuff. Against defense like this, against Todd Bowles, a great defensive coordinator, you have to make sure you kind of dot every I and cross every T, and that you're prepared for everything, because you never know what to expect. And I mean, that's the fun part about it. It's going to be a great challenge for us, be a great mental battle for me, and then being able to go out there and play fast and try to execute at a high level.
On the flip side, sending a DB rusher may be the best part of Tampa's blitz. The Bucs send a DB rusher at the 3rd highest rate in the league at 21% and have an NFL best 5 interceptions with that strategy. It's going to be fun. The Bucs, the Chiefs, it goes Sunday.
Hey, I'm feeling kinda old school. How about you? If you're feeling how I'm feeling, this is what you do. Throw it up, 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 throw it up.